Hi, my name is Neil Cole, and I'm the Managing Director of Conversion Uplift, a digital marketing agency based in Wrexham in the UK. I specialise in conducting GA4 audits and implementing GA4 for many clients. I work for clients across many sectors, including gaming, financial services, and business to consumer e-commerce. However, the principles of a GA4 audits are identical, whatever the sector you're engaged in. And I always learn something new during the process, which makes auditing so interesting. The overall objective of this course is to help you to become proficient and effective at undertaking audits of GA4 and understand how to add value during the process. I will show you how to become a data detective, which is key to delivering a comprehensive audit. This is best achieved by working in collaboration with the client and sometimes with their developers. The course is aimed at the analytics professionals who are familiar with GA4, but the aim is to give you the knowledge and skills to offer valuable advice and solutions to the problems you uncover. So on this course, the first objective is data collection audits. And so we'll examine the nature of data collection in terms of the different methods of collecting GA4 data. Secondly, we'll look at the setup and configuration of GA4. So that will delve into the console and also into GTM, Google Tag Manager. Thirdly, we'll look at privacy and compliance audits. Now, privacy and compliance is a particularly important issue that needs to be addressed at the outset because it can affect how you collect data, but also it can affect the quality and quantity of data. And finally, we'll go into the development and implementation of data quality assurance programs with GA4. Lesson 1 has two main objectives. Firstly, understand the importance of conducting digital analytics audits and how you can add value. But secondly, review the types of audits so that we can define the scope of the audit, complete the necessary planning, and utilize the best tools to successfully deliver the audit. Lesson 1, Objective 1, understand the structure of the course and how to navigate effectively. This is important because it optimizes the learning experience and ensures you make the most of the resources and materials provided throughout the course. Secondly, learn how important it is to align GA4 setups with organizational goals, business models, and plans. This ensures that data collected and analyzed is relevant, meaningful, can effectively inform business decisions and strategies. Thirdly, consider the different types of audits, including data collection, GTM setup, GA4 console reporting analysis, and privacy and compliance checks. This knowledge provides a comprehensive overview of the areas to be scrutinized in a GA4 audit, ensuring a thorough and detailed evaluation of all aspects of GA4 implementation, which is vital for accurate data collection and reporting. The importance of audits. Lesson 1 is where you begin your journey to become a data detective, because that's what a professional GA4 auditor needs to be. We have to avoid making too many assumptions, look for clues, and uncover the reality of how GA4 has been implemented. A lack of documentation and understanding of how GA4 has been implemented is the norm. Asking questions and checking the setup will allow you to evaluate the reliability of the data. But as an auditor, we should also look to add value by understanding the organization's digital strategy, goals, and key performance indicators. This allows us to make practical recommendations to enhance data collection and improve the client's understanding and use of GA4. It's not enough to simply inform a client of the problems we uncover. We should also provide clear and valuable recommendations on how to improve the implementation based upon our expertise and understanding of their business and goals. This makes the task much more interesting and fulfilling. This also has the potential benefit of shifting the nature of an audit from being seen as a cost center to a profit center, which is a much more compelling place to be. Lesson 1, Objective 1, the importance of conducting digital analytics audits. There are many benefits of conducting an audit. These include data accuracy. Audits can help identify and correct inaccuracies in data collection and reporting, ensuring that you have reliable data to inform business decisions. Improve performance. By identifying and resolving issues in your GA and GTM setups, you can improve the performance of your website, user experience, and overall digital marketing efforts. Compliance. An auditor can help you ensure that your GA and GTM setups are compliant with data privacy regulations such as GDPR, reducing the risk of legal issues. Better decision making. With accurate, more reliable data, you can make better, more informed decisions about your marketing strategy and overall business direction. Optimization. An audit can identify opportunities for website optimization, helping you get the most out of your GA4 and GTM implementations. Conversion tracking. By reviewing your GA and GTM setups, you can ensure that you are properly configured to track your business goals and key performance indicators. Documentation, not to be overlooked. By conducting an audit, you can document important elements of your GA4 setup, including event structure and parameters, business goals, and implementation plan. This will help you align your setup with your business goals and provide useful documentation for anyone reviewing or needing to understand your GA4 setup in the future. Cost effectiveness. By identifying and correcting issues early on or strategies, understanding organizational goals, business models and plans to evaluate if GA4 is aligned with business needs and usage of GA. Key events and parameters also need to be collected that align with the business needs. SEO. An audit can help SEO in terms of opportunities to improve website SEO footprint, such as showing how load times or generic page titles need to be improved. Finally, opportunities for an audit to fix and implement GA4 correctly. As an auditor, you'll be the best positioned to implement these changes because you'll understand the GA4 implementation better than anyone else. So this is a business opportunity as well as an opportunity to improve the data quality, understand your client's needs. It's important to ask questions before conducting an audit. These are similar questions to what you might ask implementing GA4 because the auditor needs to understand how GA4 is used and needs to be implemented to identify if it actually meets the business requirements. This is crucial in allowing the auditor to add value and provide targeted recommendations. In this section, I cover 10 areas where we need to understand the business needs of the organization. Starting with business goals and performance measurement. This section seeks to understand the nature of the website, the key user objectives it was created to meet, short to medium term business goals, and the state of the performance measurement plan. The measurement plan needs to define what the business will find valuable to measure and should be linked back to the business goals and KPIs. Avoid accepting the catch-all or wanting to measure everything. This is wasteful and ignores the 80-20 rule, that 80% of effects come from 20% of the causes. The process of driving business strategy can help change GA4 from a cost center to a revenue center, as I previously mentioned. This is really essential at this stage to understand the business goals. Use of Google Analytics. This section explores the current use of GA, how they would like to use it, if they have any issues with GA, and problems with the setup of marketing channels. Website implementation. Questions in this section delve into whether they have a cookie consent banner, the implementation method of GA, and whether the website platform being used meets their needs. Marketing. Particularly essential here to understand the information about the use of things like UTM parameters, use of paid campaigns, requirements for customer audiences, plans for remarketing campaigns, the need for marketing pixels, and the tracking of affiliate programs for sales or leads. Website platform. This section includes questions about the website platform they're using, whether there is a staging site, is there a content security policy that can cause problems with GTM and GA? Most important clickable elements on the website, how unique click IDs or link parameters to help the setup of GTM events. E-commerce, if it's relevant. Questions in this section cover the e-commerce platform being used, such as Shopify, WooCommerce, BigCommerce, tracking of purchases and revenues, payment errors, the presence of order confirmation pages, and the accuracy of data against the back-end transactions. Event tracking and data accuracy. This section delves into the topics such as error and form completion tracking. Errors are particularly useful because it's all right to measure successful events, but what happens if there's an error the user experiences? It's important to understand the key measures, key metrics and parameters, including agreed guardrail metrics, such as page load speed or JavaScript errors that can indicate there's a problem with the user experience, but aren't automatically collected by GA4. GA4 console reports. This section seeks information on the pre-built reports. Have they been customized? Have they created new reports or collections? Have they removed unused reports, such as in-app purchases? If they don't have an app, they don't need the reports. Have they created funnel reports, which can be really powerful to see the drop-off at each step in the user journey? And are they also setting up email alerts for significant changes in key metrics or events? GA4 configurations. Questions in this section are about filtering out internal traffic, session duration, reporting identity, and other GA4 basic configurations. Integrations with GA4, often overlooked. It's really important to get the most out of the potential integrations. So do they have a need to export raw data from GA4, link into other Google products? Do they plan to run A/B tests and integrate with GA4? And do they use data visualization tools? These are all questions that you need to ask to understand the necessity of integrations. Have you used an e-commerce framework? A great way of delving into client needs is helping them document an e-commerce measurement framework. This aligns business objectives with customer goals and links metrics directly to desired user behaviors. This has been developed by Johnny Logden at Journey Further, and I've included a link to the process in the resources section of this lesson. The process begins with understanding what drives profit in the business and what is the strategy to increase profitability. So how does e-commerce drive profits for the business? How can they scale up? These are critical questions you need to understand if you're going to conduct an audit and target the key areas that influence the business strategy. So what are the levers that we can pull to drive that profit strategy? We should be looking to understand these so we can measure the right events and parameters. Define the profit strategy. Is it to increase revenues or cut costs? So if it's to cut costs, maybe we need to reduce clicks to phone calls and improve completion rates online. How to translate into customer-centric goals. The customer's got to be the heart of the business, and so the analytics setup needs to reflect that. What data and metrics can tell us if we're satisfying customer goals? We need to ensure that we don't just focus on what the business is trying to achieve, we actually measure what the customer is trying to achieve. So what actions and behaviors will improve those metrics? These are the sort of questions we need to ask. And then we come to implementing at an operational level. This is where we identify the specific metrics, create the goals for each metric, build dashboards, deliver insights, review and improve the process. It's important that we analyze the data to give them useful and valuable insights so we can move towards a model of continuous improvement and then on to innovation. Although this is an e-commerce framework, it can be adapted for other types of websites because you should always be linking customer goals to your business strategy to be successful with online activities. So by asking these questions, you will be in a strong position to add value during the audit process. Firstly, you can focus on what's important to the business and deal with any concerns they have about GA4. You can also understand the context to improve the quality of your audit, because you can adjust the process to align with business needs and priorities. This in turn provides a good foundation to make better recommendations. As a result, you have more confidence that you can add value during the process and will be in a strong position to implement the changes you recommend. Lesson 1, Objective 2, Types of GA4 audits. Data collection. The most basic audit is to check how GA4 data is collected and how comprehensively the tracking code has been deployed. This can be via the measurement ID, G tag, often called the global tag, or Google Tag Manager. A GA4 audit provides an opportunity to discuss the optimal method of deploying GA4 with clients. If the website is not using GTM, I would normally recommend GTM migration to improve the capabilities of their performance measurement strategy. Setup and configuration of GA4 focuses on the settings and configurations of the GA4 interface, the nature of data streams, the tag settings, data settings, and integrations with other Google products. GTM setup and implementation. This covers the GA4 config tag, probably the most important single aspect of the setup in GTM. We'll look at best practices for GTM and also Fred's practices, some great ideas to follow when setting up GTM. And then there's the GA4 console, pre-built reports and exploration reports. This covers the customization of the GA4 console, including ensuring useful metrics are added to pre-built reports, privacy and compliance. Last but not least, privacy audit is essential to avoid reputational damage and to consider the effective use of Google Consent Mode and a cookie consent banner. This can have a huge impact on the amount and accuracy of data that we collect. How this is handled is of utmost importance, and so it should be an essential part of any GA4 audit. Now you've asked the questions, considered their business and customer goals, and discussed the types of audits, you're in a good position to agree the scope of the audit and define the deliverables. Once this bit has been agreed, you should provide a list to the client of all the platforms and permission levels you will need access to complete the audit. This will include GA4, obviously, both test and live environment properties. Make the clients aware of the benefits of having a GA4 test property, as often they don't have one set up and are in danger of polluting their main GA4 property with data from other environments. This is a simple but effective win for your client. GTM, ask for access to all GTM containers, and you may discover they are using multiple containers for a single website and causing unnecessary duplication of work to build and maintain their GTM container. You may also find they have containers that no one seems to really know what they're used for, and that can be a security risk. So certainly worth asking questions around different GTM containers. Then there are other products that we should also get access to if we can, such as Search Console, especially if it's not been linked to GA4. Google Ads. You need access to Google Ads to actually validate some of the tags in GTM if they're using Google Ads for marketing purposes, and also to check things like auto tagging, valuable solutions. If they don't already have one, I would certainly recommend adding one, such as Microsoft Clarity, because that's a free solution. Google Cloud Platform and BigQuery projects. If they plan to export more data from GA4, then this is going to be essential. Facebook Events Manager. Again, if you want to check the configuration of their Facebook pixels and purchase tags, you need access to the Events Manager. Similarly for TikTok events, Instagram account for organic traffic. Then for cookie consent platforms such as OneTrust, website admin may be necessary to check the setup and configuration, particularly if they're using things like auto blocking, which can cause all sorts of problems with the website and GTM. And finally, any other products that they want to integrate with GA4, it's important to have access to them so that the audit isn't delayed. Adding the GA4 measurement ID to the site is the simplest method of tracking, but offers no ability to create and modify events apart from within the GA4 console, which is generally not a recommended approach. Using GTag offers a more advanced approach, as this allows you to also track other Google tags, such as Google Ads. This is not a flexible solution for a marketing analyst who wishes to create events on the fly. Google Tag Manager, on the other hand, is widely regarded as the best practice and most agile approach to implementation of GA4. This offers you a huge array of templates and opportunities for custom events and parameters with a minimum amount of hard coding on a website. A GA4 audit provides an opportunity to discuss the optimal method of deploying GA4 with clients. If the website is not already using GTM, I would normally recommend GTM migration to improve the capabilities of their performance measurement strategy. I'm a great believer in GTM. It's a fantastic tool, and I would highly recommend companies migrate where they can. Hi, in this session, I'm going to show you how to check GA4 has been installed on a website. So I'll go to our website, versionup.co.uk, and the homepage, and then find somewhere on this site, but not an image or a time frame. So right-click on Gmouse and look for View Page Source. Now this opens up the source code, and we can then press Control F and type GTM, see where GTM has been installed, and we can see that there's 5 occurrences. So if we click down, we can see that's the main script, which is in the head, and it has the GTM container number. And then if we keep clicking down, it takes us to the no script, which should be in the body, but quite high up, which it is. So that's GTM. If we want to look for GTag, we would type GTag JS, but there isn't no GTag here. So if we go to another site, we can look for it. Let's just allow there a second, and we'll go to Wrexham FC, which is the local football team. And then let's go to the store, and we'll right click higher, again, View Page Source, And again, it's Control F, and then it's gtag.js. And there you go, it's come up with gtag.js. It's actually the old GA3 balance of things, but that is the used to be called global site tag. Okay, but on some sites, this doesn't work because developers store JavaScript codes in other files. So you need to try a different method. So we'll come out to here. And we'll go back to our site. And we'll again control right click, and this time inspect. And in the Elements tab, Developer Tools, we'll click into that and we'll do Control F again, bring up the search box. This time we'll type in GTM again, and you can see it's brought it up once there. You can use the down and up arrows to go down. So 2.7, there's the container ID. And that's probably in no script. Open that up. So there you go, that's the main script. Google Tag Manager. We go down, use the down arrows. I'll take us to more occurrences. That's the no script there. That's still. That's the the no script. So that's another way you can use. So we'll go back to Wrexham AFC. Do the same without a right click. Inspect. So in the Elements tab again, click into that. Control. We can look for tag.js. Get the same G tag there. Okay, so that's another way of finding the code. Of course, it doesn't guarantee that the code will work, as in the GTM or G tag, but it does at least show it's installed on the site. Okay, so another method is to go to the Application tab and look for the cookies. So here you click on the domain and we search for _GA. It will bring up Google Analytics cookie, which you can see there. That's the container, and we did the same with page. We go to the application, find the cookies. There you go. And you can search for _GA. Again, it shows up the GA cookies. Another option is go to the Network tab, and if you type in collect $B equals 2. This will show any requests on the page from Analytics. If we do a page refresh, again, this shows that GA is active on the site because it's got some requests from Google Analytics. We go back to the Wrexham C and see the same for the Network tab. Yeah, we put in collect equals 2. And then refresh the page. You can see some requests. So not only can you know that GA has been installed on the site, but it's also working in respect to sending some requests. So those are some good methods to check that the code has been installed. There are some other extensions, but we'll go into those later on the course. For the assignment for this lesson, note down at least 5 common mistakes that you've noticed at auditing GA4 setups. One of the most common issues I've discovered is with the GA4 config tag. It's often not configured correctly, but is such an important element of GA4 implementations. Lesson recap. In Lesson 1, we embarked on our journey into Google Analytics 4, laying a strong foundation by understanding the importance of these audits and making ourselves familiar with the 4 key stages involved in the process. We also explored how to navigate the course effectively, setting the stage for a structured and comprehensive learning experience in the subsequent lessons.